lot more mindful, cutesy, demure. Alright, so we just got done with another walk. This one was only like well, probably 3 miles flat. Good shit. Good shit. My feet, when I started walking again, outside. Normally I hit the treadmill or the elliptical. But when I started walking again outside, dude, my feet were raw. Like the bottoms of my feet, my little pads, my little fleshy pink feet were freaking raw, dude. And so, yesterday I went for a walk. Same thing. It's just like, you know, obviously callus don't pop up overnight. So it's slow and steady going. But today, only at the end did my feet start to feel a little bit sensitive. But yeah, so at the gym, calves, shoulder flies, and the pec deck. And I like only having a couple exercises to do now. You know, I know I have the time. And if it's feeling really good, I can just spam the crap out of it. So I just go ham. I just go hecka ham, dude. Older folks, ham means hard as a mother effer. As a mother lover. So I wanted to talk about something that I think is really dumb. And dude, I think everybody thinks it's dumb. And that's the fact that marijuana is still federally illegal. What the heck is that about? You know, like, I don't smoke. I'm CDL. But it would be nice if, you know, on the weekends before the gym, I could smoke a sativa and go to the gym. You know, like, because I don't know if you've ever smoked sativa and gone and worked out, but bro, if you're not beholden to drug tests and it's legal in your state, on the state level, dude, try it. Try smoking some sativa, not indica, because indica couch, you're out, you're done. But sativa, dude, like your muscles get this warm and fuzzy feeling. And oh, at least from my experience, dude, oh my god, I was at my dang peak doing that every day. Alas, I don't smoke anymore. I'm a lot more present. I'm a lot more mindful, cutesy, demure. But, so, yeah, my biggest issue with weed being federally illegal is that alcohol is totally legal, but it's so terrible for you. You know, like this. You drink a crap ton of alcohol, you wake up the next morning and you're hungover and technically still drunk, and your liver is working overtime to process all that alcohol. Meanwhile, you smoke a bunch of weed, you wake up a little groggy. You know, maybe your head's in the cloud a little bit, but, you know, have some freaking dang, have some liquid IV, you know, go for a little walk, and you're good. You're solid. You're solid. You know, people don't die from weedaholism, you know what I mean? Like, but people can die from alcoholism, withdrawals, the shakes. It's so backwards. It's so backwards. And I thought that this current administration, and 2 administrations ago, I thought they were going to legalize the stuff. I mean, they said they were. And then, you know, of course, false promises, again, just lying to get your vote. So annoying. Now, I am CDL, and it would be nice on a Friday night, you know, when I don't have work for 3 days, basically 2.5 days, to come home and smoke a joint. You know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to, I could. It's not a big deal, because I'm not, obviously, be smart about it, because don't do it like the morning, you know, in the morning before you go and drive. Just like how you wouldn't drink a 5th of vodka in the morning before you go and drive. You know what I mean? So I just think it's so backwards, man. It's backwards. And, you know, and I'm glad that we're at this point in today's society where, you know, if you live in a state where it's legal, the stigma is all but gone. You know, like, I don't smoke weed, but I go into the weed store to buy weed for the wife, because she smokes. And don't worry, she's my age. We're plenty old enough. We're almost double, or no, not even actually. It's 21, but you know, we're old enough. We're 33. But when I go in there, you know, it's half old timers, half my age, and half youngsters. Don't worry, I checked the math. The maths. Don't worry. But yeah, the stigma is all but gone now. In states that it's legal. In states that it's still illegal, boy, why? You can tax it. You know? Like, obviously, you know, if you don't know me, I think taxation is theft. I truly do. Especially the amount that we're taxed, it's insane. You're taxed. Your employer is taxed to pay you. You're taxed on that pay. You're taxed on the food you buy. You're taxed on the car you own. You're taxed on the land you own. You're taxed on the roads you drive. You're taxed on the cigarettes you smoke. On the dip in your lip, you're taxed on that. You're taxed when you gift someone money over a certain amount. You're taxed on inheritance. You're taxed on Social Security. You're even taxed on death, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You go and sell your house that you own, private sale, taxed. Isn't that crazy, bro? And then they want to introduce unrealized capital gain tax. Yeah. Man, it's already hard enough to survive right now. The dollar does not go, the American dollar does not go anywhere near as far as it did 5 years ago. Nowhere close. Nowhere freaking close. And, you know, and it's not just me, it's a lot of people, and maybe even you watching right now. It's apparent that the government is working against the people. They're working in their interest, not in the people's interest. And it's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. They have failed. And this isn't a new thing. They've started failing a long time ago. When they started taxing the citizens, that's when they really failed. And it just got worse and worse and worse every year. But back to what I was saying, if, you know, with that said, they could legalize weed and tax it. You know, there you go. There's another couple $1 million at least. Well, that's Sprint. You know, there's at least a couple million per annum right there. You know, you need a road. You need a road built. There you go. You know, allocate the funds for the state's public works or something. You know. But it's a plant that grows out of the ground. It doesn't need to be distilled. It doesn't need to be cut with anything. It doesn't. You don't need to go in a lab and synthesize it. You know, you can. It's called spice. It's bad for you. Imagine that. But it grows out of the dang ground. You know, it's been genetically modified, you know, by breeding different, they call them strains, by breeding different strains together. It's been modified over the years to have different effects, but ultimately it's a plant like a tomato. You know? It's just very irritating when, you know, and also another thing, you know, about how the government's working against this. Now we have it here in my town, my city, where we do cultivation in high school. It's called Land Lab, and they learn how to, you know, harvest, grow. They learn husbandry. It's cool because we are, you know, we're a farming community. We're not like you know, Nebraska, where it's just nothing but farms. But you know, we've got small private cattle ranches. A lot of grass comes from Oregon. A lot of the Christmas tree industry is basically run by Oregon. Most of the Christmas trees come out of here. At least all the Douglas fir. So, but what I mean by that is, what I'm trying to say is, people don't know how to grow their own food. They don't know how to grow their own medicine. They don't even know where to start. They don't know how to make a tincture. They don't know how to make a homemade cough medicine. You know, what weeds and herbs that you find in your backyard, like what are they? What do they do? How can you harness, you know, whatever, you know, whatever it can provide, you know? Like my wife is drying a couple, there's this weed that grows, and you take the leaves, you dry them out, and then you boil them down, or you can make them into a powder, but you boil it, and you can make it into a tea, and it's supposed to be really good for like respiratory stuff. You've probably seen it on TikTok if you're on TikTok. But yeah, that weed just grows, that thing grows right out of the ground. You know, it's not magic. It's not magic. We've just lost our way. You know, we're too reliant on the system, you know, on the infrastructure. What if it goes down? What are you going to do? Anyway, I think I'll talk more about that here in a minute on the way back to Glark. We'll talk about kind of like what's been lost. Sure, we have technology, the internet, but what happens when that goes down? And we'll talk about that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I love you, and I'll catch you in the next video.